Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with my Pan That Palette update. This year I am working both on a full-size palette and a mini palette. The mini is the Tarte Pro To Go. I should know this, I shouldn't have to look at it. And the Ulta and Avengers palette. So I will start with the one that I'm really trying to finish this year because I worked on it last year. The Tarte Pro To Go. So here's a picture of what it looked like last time. And here we are today. I used Boss twice and Crisp down here 5 times. My goal was to try to use each of them 5 times. For some reason, Boss just isn't getting as much love as it should. I have made some good progress on both of them though. Boss in particular is getting a little bit on the crumbly side. I do use every bit of crumble that comes off of it, but that's still, you know, probably wearing 2 layers of eyeshadow, whereas normally I'd be wearing 1. I am wearing it today. I'm wearing both of them today, technically, but Crisp is served more as a transition shade, and now you can't really see it. But yeah, they both are getting at least a little bit of love. I still think that I can finish them by the end of the year. I have 3 months left. I'm not too worried about them, at least not yet. So goals for next month on this one are to once again try to wear each shade 5 times. We'll see how well that works out. And now for my Ulta and Avengers palette, here is what it looked like last time. And here we are today. I did hit new pan in Built for Battle, this shade right here. I hit that on the 22nd. That is my newer inner corner slash highlighter shade. I've also expanded the pans in Gauntlet, Supercharged, and Cosmic. I had to reassemble because I dropped my palette when I was talking about this pressed in shade for my Nightmare on Panning Street project pan because I had to make a Franken for it, so I just, you know, pressed it in here. And when I did drop it, the only shade that shattered was Reassemble, and it only broke into like 4 or 5 fairly big chunks, so I just repressed it. But that makes me mad because I lost a little bit of pan from that. So Built for Battle, I used 14 times, both like I said as an inner corner and a cheek highlight. Supercharged down here, I used 4. Cosmic, I used 8 times. That's my eyeliner setting shade. Reassemble, I used once. And Gauntlet right here, I used 5 times. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to finish this whole palette by the end of the year. I wasn't thinking that I was going to. I suspect at this point I will finish Gauntlet and Built for Battle. This one and this one right here. And my goal is technically to hit pan on all the other shades in here that are actually like from this palette. So it would be Fearless, Save the World, Game Changer, Hero Vibes, and Out of This World. I think I can do it. It's gonna be rough. It means I'm probably not going to use, especially like this shade right here much before the end of the year. Because I'm going to use Fearless in its place. But otherwise, I think I can do it. So I think for next month, what should I try to hit pan in? So I want to keep expanding the pans of most of the ones I have, except for Cosmic, like I said, because I'm going to bump over to Fearless, use it to set my liner, and at least hit pan in it. And I think the other one that I would like to hit pan in is Save the World. Because if I use it the same way that I'm using Built for Battle, I can at least hit pan on it pretty easily. Like those two are going to be the easiest ones for me to hit pan on because I use more pointed brushes for their applications. What makes me go through this highlighter-esque shade is because I also like mix it in with my cheek highlight because my cheek highlight is a little too dark for me. Let's see. It's really going to be these 3 that I'm going to have to start working on to make sure that I hit pan on them. Unfortunately, Game Changer conflicts with Boss over here. So I just need to wear warm looks more often so that I can both hit pan on this and use this up. Same for Out of This World, kind of. It takes the place of that kind of shade for a lid shade. Hero Vibes and Gauntlet I can use fairly interchangeably, and I still think that I can hit pan on this and use this up by the end of the year. Especially since now that it's fall, I will more than likely start wearing Gauntlet or even Hero Vibes all over the lid again, which will also help me hit pan fairly easily. It feels really short, but that's really about it. I'm not necessarily trying to re-hit pan and reassemble again. I already hit pan on it once. It had pan on it at the beginning of when I started on this because I hit pan on it in a different project. But I am going to keep using it. I do have a blue look in mind for it. I just need to finish at least one palette in rotation of my random other project pans so that I could really fit the blue look in and it not be just too hard to do. So yeah. Next month, the goal for this palette is to hit pan in Fearless and Save the World and expand the other pans where I can. And at least use these three a couple of times so that I can go ahead and get them ready to hit pan. But that is it. Stay tuned through the end so that you can see my progression for both palettes from the beginning of the year until now. And I know somebody suggested that I should repress these into this. The reason why I don't want to do that necessarily is because of the progression shots, actually. But I do thank you for the suggestion. It's just, it doesn't quite work with what it doesn't quite work with progression shots. I have started doing this instead of planning my next makeup look the night before. Like, say when I finish filming and I go, sit down to like put these back where they belong, I do pick out the palette that I want to use next and set it on top. So that's what I did for this. And for other looks that I have done, the next one I already have out is actually for my Nightmare on Panning Street update, which I hope to film tomorrow. And after that, I will start doing a rotation. But thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!